Hi everyone, Empress Justice aka Fabienne Deacon here. If you'd like to check out my daily readings for today, they are on Instagram and they are on Twitter and they are on Facebook. It is on Instagram at Real Justice Tarot. It is on Twitter at Justice_Tarot and it is on Facebook at Empress of Justice. Like www.facebook.com Empress of Justice. Okay, so Fabienne Deacon Vocals, www.instagram.com/Fabienne Deacon Vocals, all one word. Okay, so the links will be in the description next to this video. So I just wanted to give you a little update for you guys. Last night I decided to talk to the council about what my options were. This is the thing that I want to get into, right? I haven't heard anything from upstairs. If there's been anything from upstairs, I haven't heard it. What kind of made me talk to the council about my options was the fact that, there were people around the village calling me names, people from the village calling me names. Yeah, they do call me the mad lady, but that's not actually what is upsetting me. What's upsetting me is that I've been through this before, and what kind of didn't occur to me was that how badly it affected my mental illness, because as you know, when you got BPD, everything is like 10 times worse. So me being insulted by the entire neighborhood when I was already sick, what that actually did, because I have to look back through neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood, me being repeatedly shamed for my mental health issues, it caused my mental health issues to worsen. It caused not manic episodes, but it caused really, really bad, depressive, anxious, and sometimes even psychotic episodes. So the fact that I was basically slandered all around town and, and mocked all around town, audibly loud enough for me to hear, it actually had a very negative effect on my mental health. And then I have to think about how mental health handled the situation in every neighborhood I was in. I have to think about how the police handled the situation in every single neighborhood I was in. So everybody that was ever handling my case, they always found a way to make it worse. Now, I know that I'm a targeted individual, and I know that I'm having weapons fired on me every day. I know that there are constant campaigns in order to destabilize me, destabilize my mental health, to get me sectioned, because getting somebody sectioned, of course, it affects admissibility in court, and it also keeps the target docile, right? Regardless of whatever torture is being inflicted on them. So that's the purpose of mental health. They're just glorified henchmen. They're not there to treat anything or anybody, because there are truly sick people who need their help going wanting. Meanwhile, perfectly functioning people are being dragged off the street because they have, because of friends in high places or enemies in high places. So mental health are just glorified henchmen at this point. So from neighborhood, like ever since I was young, ever since I was a teenager, the point was always to exacerbate my mental health issues, to get me sectioned in order to discredit me. Okay, so we've established that. Now, let's take gang stalking completely out of the equation. Let's take being a targeted individual completely out of the equation. Let's just deal with me as a normal woman going through this shit. Imagine that these people were not perps and they were doing what they're doing simply because they wanted to do it. Imagine nobody around here was a perp and they were just calling me names and, audibly in the street for me to hear, mocking me openly so that they can get a reaction out of me. Imagine if all of that was just normal ass behavior from a community. Imagine that, right? What do you think the damage would be to my mental health constantly going through that? I'm not sick enough to not know what's going on. I'm not sick enough to not know what's going on. So imagine how all of this could affect my mental health in the long run. Imagine if I do go into the same dissociative episodes that I used to. I have to think about my mental health. That's why I don't stay nowhere. That's why I'm always moving. I'm always traveling. I'm always, bouncing from one address to the other, because I know if I stay long enough, then it's just going to be constant screaming, constant noise disturbance, constant slandering. And at some point, it's going to affect my mental health. And the thing is, in Brighton, it's even worse because they add racism in the mix. So even though I have been subject to racism in London before, but that's on a different level. Like, this is on a different level entirely. So I've been subject to racism and ableism. The only reason it hasn't affected my mental health is because it's fucking Brighton. Like, I don't go out that much, but it's Brighton. There's the beach half an hour away from me. And where I live right now is a farming village. Like, there's constant nature I'm being surrounded by. So I'm grounded all the time, which is why I could go mental, but I don't go as mental as I do. And certainly not often, because I'm just surrounded by nature all the time. And that has a drastic effect on your mental health positively. So for me, that's the only reason why I haven't, I've had a breakdown already, sure, but that was more of a tantrum than a breakdown. I haven't had like a real proper breakdown. Like, I haven't had it since last year, not even last year, damn near 2 years ago. That was the last time I fell apart. Damn near 2 years ago. That's the last time. It was a year and a bit ago. That's the last time I had a proper breakdown where I just wanted to die. That was the last time. It hasn't been anything like that since then, because I've been traveling. I've been staying traveling, been moving from place to place, been busy. So I've been too busy to think about what people are doing to me. And then on top of that, with the electronic torture, because I'm traveling often, the remote torture and the remote weaponry goes down as well. But let me go back to what I was saying about me being a normal person and going through this shit. If I was a normal person going through all of this and there was no gang stalking and I had the mental health issues that I have now, what effect would that have on my mental health in the long run? That's what I'm thinking of. I don't give a fuck about them trying to section me. I don't give a fuck about them making fun of me. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is the effect on my health. That's what I care about. I care about the effect on my health. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. I care about the effect on my health. That is what I care about. You can't just, with bullies, you can't just ignore them. The only thing that works is heavy consequences. From the time I was a teenager, nobody suffered heavy consequences for the mental health issues that I had, for the abuse situation that I had, that all of them exacerbated. Nobody has suffered any consequences for that. And nobody is suffering any consequences for it now. So it's going to continue. And in the meantime, there's pressure on me to just ignore it? Just repress it? Just pretend like it's not happening? How does that affect somebody's mental health in the long run? I love Brighton. I like this flat. I'm not going to lie. I like this flat and I love Brighton. But at the end of the day, I have to think that this is why I stay moving. You stay in a place for too long, it's only a matter of time before that abuse and that neglect, it seeps into your mind. But when you stay traveling and when you stay moving, as stressful as it is and as aging as it can be, you stay moving. You limit their capacity to be able to engage in a long-standing campaign against you. But even just as a normal person, it's just fucking better for my mental health, given everything that's happened to me. And then on top of that, all the obligations, like the broadband, the fucking, all the possessions that I have here. It's just more stress to think about, because then I've got to think about, again, take away the gang stalking for just a second. even if nothing happens to my shit, I still have to think about what I'm going to do, like how I'm going to sell everything off when I leave it. There's added stress. The bills, added stress. Utility bills, added stress. On top of everything else. All of it is added stress. Even without gang stalking, somebody could break in here and rob me of my shit, even though there's not really anything worth stealing in here. All of that is added stress. All of it is added stress. From a health perspective, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. Just from a health perspective alone. And then I got to think about, as a TI, like, nah, as a normal person, the life that I've been subjected to with constant humiliation, betrayal, on top of already being abused, on top of borderline personality disorder, on top of PTSD, on top of anxiety, on top of depression, on top of hormonal issues, like all these things that I have suffered along from the, along with the embarrassment and the humiliation I've suffered over the years. No, I've got to think about myself. I've got to think about myself. That's the reason why I stay moving. Everybody's like, oh, don't move, stay. No, for my own health, I cannot stay in one place for long. And especially if I'm going to have a whole neighborhood of people slandering me. Come the fuck on now. Come on now. Overall fucking war they started. Come on. Come on. So that's why I contacted the council. It's not out of revenge. It's not out of, the need to put people in their place. It's just me thinking about my health. If I'm going to be put in a permanent situation just to worsen my mental health, then I shouldn't be put in a permanent situation. It's as simple as that. And especially not somewhere that's racist and ableist and all that nonsense. Like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's just from the perspective of a normal woman with mental health issues, let alone a targeted individual. And coming back to the gang stalking, if the gang stalkers have got a problem with the paperwork, tough shit. Tough shit. So, yeah. That about sums it up. Yeah, gotta think about me, man. Gotta think about me. And the thing is, the good thing is that, what I've been trying to do this entire time, I'm established in it now. I'm established in it now, so it doesn't matter whether I move or not. Things are the way they need to be. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Things are established. I am where I need to be. Everything's cool, but yeah. No, it's bad, man. And then on top of that, these people last night were thinking of telling mental health that I'm dissociating anyway. And don't get me wrong, I am. But now they want to talk about me doing it for hours. I haven't. That's not true at all. Like, this is exactly what I'm saying. It's just like, get me into a permanent setup. It's just lie after lie, exacerbating my mental health issues. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm good. Yeah, and now everybody's whispering around me. It's too late for that shit. It's too late for that shit. The cow has already been milked, and there's no squirting the cream back up our udder again. It's already been done. The damage is done. Damage is done. So I'm talking with the council to discuss my options. I like this flat. I like this village. I love the fact that every time I go out and come back, it's like I'm gone on holiday or something and I've only gone down the road. I love that shit. But I have to think about myself and my health. That comes first before anything else. Even a beautiful city like this one. So anyway, I hope you're well, my fellow TIs. I hope you're good. I might do my full moon reading today. It's a moon day, so I might as well do it today. But if not, I'll do it tomorrow at the latest, because I should have done it already. Everybody else has done their full moon readings, but I should be doing mine today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I will let you guys know when I'm dropping the live. And yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.